Oh, that's just lovely, Gov. You want to do that louder, right into the mic for the rest of the audience, too?
Is it working now? Is it not starting, stopping, and stepping and stooping? Is it working better? Is it working worse? Is it working sideways? That is the important question here. Is it working sideways?
Is it working sideways?
Well, I have to know if it's working diagonal. Then we have real problems going on.
Why do I try talking to you?
Okay, yeah, Isley, then it's on you. It's working on the z-axis. Oh, that's good enough for me. Let's keep going. Oh, Isley, it's your problem. Albus stepped onto the train with excitement flooding through him. He was going to Hogwarts. It had been his dream since his father first told him about it. His passion! Every year up to his 11th had just been another year that he couldn't go to school and learn magic. Here! He would make a name for himself. Here! He wouldn't just be Harry Potter's son. Here! He would
Can you
be!
stop that?
No?
My ears are bleeding, and I'd appreciate it if you knocked it off.
Fam, pull me in. I mean, you're a decent enough replacement for, what's-his-face.
Oh god, who are we pulling in and why?
We're pulling in the Indian. Who keeps giving us money.
Alright, I suppose we can do that.
Let's rename Albus to Elvis, since you're pronouncing it like that. I'm not pronouncing it Elvis.
You just said Elvis.
Fuck you, mate!
Fuck you, mate. That fucking told something I don't know.
Don't
Albus, will you hurry up and go? Came a loud voice from behind him. Albus
Dumbledore's Wakandan.
Albus. It's Elvis and Albus. So I don't know what the fuck you are all on. Albus turned and saw his cousin, Rose Wesley, who would also be going to Hogwarts for the first time this year. You're holding up the line, repeated the bossy voice. Okay, I'm going, Albus said, defeated, as he moved his way down the scarlet train looking for an empty compartment.
What, defeated? What are you defeated about? Someone told you to quit being a dick and holding up the line.
Wesley?
Guess he's sad that he can't continue to be an ass?
Shut up, Wesley.
Did you just... How dare you compare me to Wesley? This is the most I've ever been offended by you.
Rah, Dumbledore. His...
Genuinely the most insulted I've ever been.
I'll assault you! His brother had gotten on the train first, the result of Albus being pulled aside by his father. James had established that though he loved Albus, he was not going to sit with him and his friends on the train, and that he should immediately get started on finding some chaps of his own.
Is this Ruby's opening?
No.
What? No, this is Harry Potter.
But that's like the Ruby thing.
You said you know nothing of Star Trek, yet you know Wesley Crusher. Of course, it's a meme. I know all memes. I'm a meme
I was
god.
gonna say. Alright, A, no he's not. B, Shut Up Wesley is a pretty well-known meme.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Albus hadn't even bothered to argue the matter. He was still furious at his brother for taunting him about being put in Slytherin House. And he wasn't very in a big hurry. Was he?
Wait,
He
I thought
wasn't
this was
in
their
a very
first
big
year.
hurry.
I thought this was their first year.
Yes, it is.
Then how can he be taunted about Slytherin?
Because you're dumb. And wasn't in a very big hurry to spend the entire
No, hold on a minute. I'm not gonna let this go. Author,
Wait.
that's not...
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. This is all out of order.
Yeah, mildly.
Haha, you've been put in Slytherin house. But I. The hat's not even been on my head.
Instead, he made his way to the end of the train, then slid himself into an empty compartment, hoping that company would join him soon.
He slithered
He
in.
didn't have to wait very long. 5 minutes after he sat down, his cousin entered looking slightly flustered. I guess this is the only available compartment, she said. I guess so, Albus replied blandly. What's wrong? Rose said, catching on to his melancholy mood. Also, the Hogwarts train is as big as it needs to be. There's always an empty compartment. Just throwing that out there. Last I checked.
Yeah.
Yes, just a friendly reminder, everyone. This is post-fixing the continuity errors. Woo! Woohoo!
Hey.
Anyway. I guess so, blah 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 blah. Albus shrugged grumpily and muttered, James. Rose rolled her eyes. Don't let him get to you. Is he still going on about that Slytherin thing? Al, your entire family's in Gryffindor. It's extremely unlikely you'll be sorted anywhere else, least of all Slytherin.
Wait. Now I'm more confused.
In his heart, he believed he's a Slytherin.
No, but his brother was
In
talking
his
about him
soul,
being sorted.
he believed.
His brother was talking about him being sorted into Slytherin, or at least that's what the way the sentence is written indicates.
Yes.
But he hasn't been sorted yet, and the author knows that he hasn't been sorted yet.
Huh? I don't see anything wrong here. Moving on. Just murder? What? What about murder?
Didn't say murder.
Oh, okay.
I thought it. I didn't say it.
Apparently, Rose figured that she had cheered him up enough so that she could now ignore him, and immediately dove into her trunk to pull out one of her many spell books. Before she could read very far, however, the compartment door had slid open again. A boy with a rather pale face and strangly shoulder-length brown hair, so he's a commie.
Okay.
What? I'm just calling it as I see it.
Nice.
Who saved Murdoch? Anyway, he appeared to be quite nervous as well. So much so at the point he couldn't even work up the courage to say anything for several seconds. Everywhere else is full, he said finally. Do you mind if I sit here? Not at all, Albus replied. He pushed his trunk off the seat next to him like a douchebag, and as he didn't put it up on the rack above, and slid over to give the boy a seat.
Yeah, hold on a minute. There are pre-set up racks.
Yes.
What kind of a douche are you?
Yes, indeed. What's your name? He asked politely. Morrison, the boy said, offering his hand. Morrison Vincent. Yours? He asked kindly. Kindly.
That's the most edgy name I've ever heard.
Morrison Vincent. His parents are terrible human beings.
I mean, you know, they could have always just named him Morris Morrison.
James Morrison.
Albus was still trying to discover if this boy's first name was Morrison, or if he simply introduced himself by surname first. Albus, he replied after a long pause. Albus Potter. And this is my cousin, Rose Weasley. Nice to meet you, Rose, he said. Rose lifted her eye from her book for a split second, giving him a nonchalant glance before replying, cool.
What?
Hi, how you doing?
Cool. Okay, look, I mean...
What?
If I was busy reading a book, and I wasn't paying attention, I'd just be like, yeah, sure, cool, whatever.
Grunt.
Yeah. But since they aren't implying, since the author isn't like going out of their way to imply that like the character wasn't paying attention in the slightest, we just have to assume the character is a complete nutter.
Yep. She doesn't like to be interrupted when reading, Albus told him with no punctuation. Albus himself had learned that lesson the hard way when they were younger. Rose would become so immersed in a book that she would smack it across the back of someone's head if they interfered with her reading, or even so much as broke her concentration. Wow!
All right, first of all, you're
Holy,
an asshole.
that is some shit. That is some absolute shit parenting. Oh yeah, and my kid just kicked the shit out of your kid. Keep doing it, Rose. Fucking wow.
Well, not even just that, but like, oh hey, like just another massive problem. Oh, I really hate when people interrupt me reading, so I'm gonna close my book, smack them on the head with it, and then go back to reading.
Yeah, now what, mate? Maybe I could do with some less anime in my Harry Potter.
Apparently.
The conversation turned to Quidditch, blah blah blah. New friend was, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Not Ron Weasley was a strong supporter of the Chudley Cannons. Despite not having known about them until recently. Morrison was a pure-blood wizard and had never heard about Quidditch ever. And because he grew up in America.
What?
So he had two parents who were both magicals. And they're like, yeah, we shouldn't tell our kid about all the magic we're using. Yeah, you're right, honey. That floating broom, we'll just blame it on the invisible friend.
Yep. The fact that Daddy's bottle of alcohol never gets empty when he doesn't have to actually parent.
My dad decided that being a wizard was too dangerous and moved to America in New York City. Ah, it's too dangerous being a wizard. I should move to New York City.
Rick Riordan, is that
Okay,
you?
to be fair, it's not Detroit and it's not Chicago.
Excuse me. Pre-2005 New York City? Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair point, but it's still not Detroit and it's still not Chicago.
Yeah, still, it's just like, yeah. Once I found out the truth, I moved out here with my mom. So you're telling me that the American father and the British mother met up, had sex, had a kid, and then the father took the kid and went to America?
Okay, to be fair, if both parents are wizards, it's not like it's that big of a deal. They have literal teleportation.
Yeah,
like,
but
I guess I'll go see the kid for a couple hours.
I mean, I guess.
They have port keys and flu powder and all that crap.
I just find that incredibly difficult to believe, though. What's the worst thing that can happen in New York City? Well, there's a lot of muggings. There's a lot of muggings. Like, a lot of muggings.
But like, they're magical people, man.
Yeah, but a knife says fuck you.
Yeah, but like, Avada Kedavra, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Expelliarmus, that bitch.
Alex Expelliarmus, your bitch. Anyway, blah blah blah. Are you related to Guinea Potter? She's my mother. Oh my god, I'm going to explode. Albus was embarrassed to say he was bad at Quidditch. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. My brother James is such a troublemaker. Blah blah blah. We go by the boat. Hello Hagrid. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. They had known him forever. Blah blah blah. Really pointless exposition. Oh my god, there's the castle. Neville Longbottom came out and dismissed Hagrid because he was the herbology professor. Okay.
Herbology?
I'm the head of Gryffindor House, blah blah blah. I'm gonna give you a more detailed explanation than McGonagall ever gave to us. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Scorpius, blah blah blah. Oh boy, the pointless song that I fucking despise. Okay, moving on. Nah, blah blah blah, the sorting. Dingly
You know, one thing I do
danglies.
want to point out,
What?
for as much as the Weasleys and Harry complained about the nepotism that was rampant at Hogwarts, it sure seems like it's going to be just as rampant with their children. And, like, maybe they should have done something about it.
Well, what makes you say that?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Anyway, you know, maybe send your kid under an assumed name. Like, you know what? You're not going to school as Albus Potter. You're going to school as Albus Dinklefart.
Dinklefart. Yeah.
Yeah, but like they didn't do that in like the books either. I mean, they were just
Oh,
like,
wow! Look how clever this author is, guys! Paris Milton!
Yeah, no, for the
I'm
record,
not.
I had that problem.
This is. I had no.
I had that problem with the book too. It's like, oh, nepotism is terrible unless it's happening to you guys, kids.
I think Kelm just got shot.
No, he lives somewhere they don't have guns. I don't know where he lives. I don't care either.
I think Kelm's
But
dead.
he's probably not dead. So
Rip Kelm. Nonsensical information in Germany. The Sorting Hat's voice is Negaduck. Neat. I don't know what the fuck that is. Another Potter. Goodness, you're so much like your father. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Mr. Potter. Don't go to Ravenclaw. You could be Gryffindorish, but you could also be Slytherin. You could also go into Hufflepuff. To the surprise of everyone, Slytherin!
I'm sorry. Was I actually supposed to be surprised there?
Oh
I was
shit,
surprised.
yeah, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Everyone be shocked.
Aye, you turned on the Be Shocked banner, audience. Be shocked.
I said fucking be shocked, guys. You're supposed to be wowed by this excellent writing style and completely unpredictable plot movement. Are they shocked yet? They're not shocked, are they?
They're not shocked at all.
God fucking damn it, audience. What use are you?
Money.
Yeah, I suppose so.
No,
Alright.
he's not dead. I heard him. I heard him.
Oh
I heard
shit,
him.
he's
not
back. Unfortunate. Ninjas did not kill him.
But me, huh?
Anyway, and back onto the next one. It's a Naruto story. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm not that sorry.
You know, we guys should step out of the Naruto, Ruby, Harry Potter thing.
I could. You're right. I honestly, you're right. I should. And remember, everyone, the next story I pick was brought on by Kiln.
Oh god, I regret this already.
You should.
Well, Atin already hates me. Now all of your fans will hate me too. It's just fucking painful. Sad.
Yeah, no, you're just the villain of the story.
Excommunication. Oh, yeah.
So, alright, everyone, remember this is brought to you by Kiln. This is a XCOM Mass Effect crossover. Yes, something sci-fi related.
Okay, so we are in Atin territory now.
Yes. Atin, are you alive?
He muted himself. I don't know.
I am. I'm just eating pizza, and I figure the audience doesn't need to hear that.
Fair enough. XCOM incursion. Every race thus far has utterly failed to stop the Reapers, always embroiled in pesky politics and wars to take any notice of the coming storm. This time, though, this time is different. Can you feel the equally raging storm coming? I can. Can you?
Equally raging.
Equally raging. It's a storm of equality, and it shall wash over us.
Is it communism?
Yes. It's gay space communism.
Yes, indeed.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first prologue / timeline of XCOM Human Incursion. This takes direct inspiration from other XCOM Mass Effect stories, like Time Raven. If you want writing actually worth your time, go visit him. He's got pretty good stories. Forgive me, I'm not the best writer ever, so please forgive me if I make a few mistakes here and there. Reviews are welcome! I love reading the feedback I get. This also takes inspiration from my other works, like the other XCOM stories I've written. I'm also incorporating other series, such as Civilization Beyond Earth, into this, because it doesn't get the attention it deserves.
Like one game that the Civilization people said, "Oh yeah, we're not going to market this anymore after this out." No, thank you.
Yeah.
Right, I'm done eating, and I've come back to be immensely annoyed by this author.
No problem.
Listen here.
I may add more sci-fi stories later, but we'll see.
Listen here. You don't start your story with a giant fucking timeline.
Yes.
You have to start with a timeline.
Aren't you excited, audience? It's a timeline.
Most time
No, literally, there's nothing here but a timeline.
Oh,
Literally, nothing but a timeline.
No.
You don't start with a timeline. You know why you don't start with a timeline? Because any information that you're going to give in a timeline, you should be able to give in the normal course of events. And if you can't give that information, then it's either not important or you need to think harder.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't care about anything in your story. So you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna spend the 10 to 15 minutes to read a timeline.
I have read a story that started with timeline before that had me still interested in it. However, that was because the summary of the story made me go, I want to read this. And the reason why the timeline was important was because the summary of the story, as it so said, is Earth never united, the Cold War never ended, Soviet Russia versus USA, we both made it into space, and we both found Mass Effect technology. That's where the story goes from there. Obviously, I'm massively paraphrasing and shortening it, but that was the summary.
So here's the thing.
And I was like, that's interesting.
That's at least a mildly interesting concept. I don't know if I would. I probably still wouldn't wade through a timeline for it, but I might give that a chance. But for this, a story where the author's like, I'm not a great writer, and I'm mostly stealing from other more talented writers. And I'm going to be throwing in lots of other sci-fi stories.
Yeah.
No. Nope.
Alright, guys, I'm not too good at writing, so I'll basically be stealing from, 5 other authors, and, I'll be incorporating a couple more sci-fi stories in here. Because I'm honestly completely unoriginal and can't come up with anything on my own.
We have talked about this before. First of all, was this in the multi-crossover section?
No. This is
well, then A, it's in the wrong section.
Yes.
B, if you are going to do multi-crossovers like this, even if he just takes background stuff from Civilization Beyond Earth, you've already made your job immensely harder, because I saw from the beginning that Civilization Beyond Earth was going to be a shit show, and I never spent money on it, and I've never played it, and I am quite happy with that decision. And it turns out the guys who made it didn't like it much either. Surprise me.
Wow, sure.
So, even though I like XCOM, and even though I like Mass Effect, there's an entire breadth of knowledge that I'm going to be missing, and that I'm certainly not going to take the time to go fill myself in on, because I don't care about Civilization Beyond.
Well,
I
no,
came here
see,
for Mass Effect and XCOM.
that is, yeah, that we have talked about this before. When you do have a major like crossover with like, oh hey, everyone knows Mass Effect, and we're gonna cross it over with, fucking Familiar of Zero. That's a fairly small series that didn't get a lot of love. Yeah, it's like, okay, gotta explain the Familiar of Zero verse, because a lot more people are probably gonna know the Mass Effect story. And if you're like, oh well, I'm just gonna take all the designs from Civilization Beyond Earth, it's like, okay, well then you're just an unoriginal fuck, I know. You know, you're just dumb.
No matter what you're doing, it's dumb, and you shouldn't be doing it.
Oh, okay, Calvin, you go to sleep.
And I mean that specifically in reference to this multi-crossover thing.
50,000 years ago, remaining.
Oh, are we actually reading this?
Salvaged a wrecked ship near Ilos and activated. The Protheans develop a massive bomb that would be used to blow the Reapers to dark space and out of existence. Before the Protheans could get the dark space via the Citadel, the Sovereign appeared, noticing the Prothean presence. They then proceeded to destroy the Prothean ship before it could reach dark space. In a blaze of vengeance, however, the Protheans activated the bomb. Sovereign attempted to protect the Citadel, and in doing so, saved the Citadel and caused severe damage to himself. The Citadel, however, was knocked deeply off its axis and into space. Deeply off its axis? It's not rotating anything, it's in a nebula. There's literally nothing to keep...
Huh.
Yeah. 1962, January 9th. The first contact with the discovery is made.
Language.
The invasion of the United States and various other countries in Africa and Asia began. All other attempts to contact the invaders have failed thus far. The XCOM project is activated.
Well, what the hell are the Zudachari? I've never run into that in Mass Effect.
Zadjarl, I believe from XCAM.
Wait, could this be from that stupid XCOM Declassified game?
It's possible.
Euron?
No. The Zadjarl are a made-up species of this author's own creation.
Can you do me a favor and drop the stupid voice at least when you're giving us actual information that's useful?
It's not even English. What the fuck is it?
No, it's... Sneaky just said it. It's something the author made up, making it even more stupid and pointless because there's already a name for them.
So the aliens?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, here we go. Oh,
I told them that.
what the fuck is this thing? The antagonists, oh my god, yep. The antagonists
they're
of
a thing.
XCOM Declassified, dubbed the Outsiders, they are the leaders of the 1962 invasion of Earth.
Alright, listen. You're pulling from XCOM Declassified, which already tells me you're not a real XCOM fan.
Yeah.
Get out of here with this third-person stupid nonsense.
Well, I mean, not even that. The XCOM Declassified completely changes the lore of XCOM. Like, mutons are now mercenaries instead of a subjugated race.
Yeah.
I was not aware XCOM had a lore, but that sounds fucking.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, but when we say lore, the term is being used very loosely, but there is actually there's like, it's actually crazy how much of an info dump happens at the end of XCOM 1. If you bother to like listen to the weird creepy voice,
They didn't do that.
like that's a massive lore dump. But basically, the big purple ethereals have been searching for a really long time to find like the perfect psychically attuned species, and they've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff to try to find them. And in the process, they'll find these other races and they'll experiment on them. And then when it doesn't work, whatever horrible form they've been left in after they've been experimented on,
No.
they just use
Last I checked, basically the ethereals were running from something, and so that's why they collected all these races so they could wage war on whatever the thing that was they were running from.
No. It's a combination of the two.
Enemy unknown.
They're running from the thing. Because remember, we find out they're running at the end of XCOM 2. We find out they're running from the thing, and the reason that they've been doing all these experiments and searching for a psychically gifted race is that they can make new bodies for themselves.
So it's basically like creating the Eldar, basically, right?
Yes, they're trying to find a species to hybrid with to create the Eldar, because the Tyranids are coming.
Yep.
Only we don't know what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, that we just said that. I was like, anyway, 1962, January 12th. The Zujari presence on Earth is confirmed by multiple countries, including the United States of America. The world goes into chaos as riots in rural and urban areas, as the Zujari threat grows. The Spanish shoot their own civilians in Madrid.
Boy, not like that hasn't happened before.
The Zujari now control land in Thailand, Sudan, and southern Florida.
That's gonna help.
That would not happen.
Yeah, okay, look. Maybe they could get control of some land in Sudan. But listen, anyone shows up in Thailand, China's gonna be like, nuh-uh, this is ours.
Well, no.
And then Thailand will be very upset that China said that.
They just throw their lady boys at them.
Blah, 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 civil wars, blah, 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 they fight the Chinese and lose. Saudi Arabia starts taking over Middle Eastern countries. Blah, 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 blah. The Zujari are surprised by the American counterattack and are massacred. Right, the intergalactic enslavement species are taken by surprise by a bunch of primitives.
Okay, to be fair, that's the entire premise of XCOM 1 and XCOM 2.
Actually, it's really not, though. It's the entire premise of XCOM 1 is, yeah, we're kind of losing. Yeah. Because, no, keep in mind, guys gotta keep in mind, Iron Man Legendary is considered the canon ending of XCOM 1.
Yes, I know. I beat it.
Yeah. Iron Man Legendary? So you're one of the 0.2% of people that beat the game on Iron Man Legendary?
Wait, hold on. No, I think I beat it on Iron Man. I think I beat it on Iron Man
probably.
Step Down.
Yeah.
Commander.
Yeah. No.
Which is still a really small percent, but not quite as
the devs came out and said Iron Man Legendary is the canon of XCOM, which means
yes, I know that.
Everyone got their shit kicked in.
Yeah, I know that, and that's why they made XCOM 2 the way they did, because they said, none of you people were good enough to win, so XCOM 2 is going off the premise that y'all lost.
Yeah.
Which you did.
It was like only like 0.3% people beat it by the time we started making XCOM 2. So
yeah.
Yeah. And then XCOM 2 is not even like, oh, the primitives are counterattacking and we're surprised by it. It's, oh, the primitives have our technology and they're pretty organized, actually, surprisingly. And all those powers we gave them, they also now have, so they're not really that primitive anymore. And oh shit, they just kind of assassinated our leaders.
Yeah.
Not this, oh, we're gonna charge at them in a giant line and they're gonna be surprised by it.
Yes.
Hoorah!
Hoorah, indeed. A pain in the ass, that one. Yeah, you're right. It is a pain in the ass. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. The Chinese army stormed the Zujari. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Terraforming the Earth's surface. They're destroyed by air raids, laser rifles, blah blah blah. Soviet and Chinese scientists succeed in reverse engineering alien craft.
Yeah, no, Sneaky. I do have the achievement. I beat the game in Iron Man on Impossible.
Really?
I have the achievement. Yeah. Unlocked November 12th, 2013 at 1:04 p.m.
Well, good.
Thank you, Steve.
It's possible to surprise someone with your stupidity and bravery. I mean, yes, but
that is also true.
Yes, that is true. However, the whole point is like, lol, we lost this shit because they just completely outclassed us. Now we're gonna take the 0 upgrades we have and fight them with all of our guns that we have not changed in the slightest, and somehow win now because oorah, fuck yeah, America, and oorah, fuck yeah, Soviet anthem plays intensely.
I would say, look, it's only...
There's a reason why XCOM Declassified is dumb.
Because it's a bunch of 1962 era soldiers beating aliens. It's not how that works.
Aliens in power armor with plasma launchers. Blah blah blah, America oorah. Blah blah blah, wormholes, blah blah blah, reverse engineered pilot ships, blah blah blah, the communists keep alien ships. Really? So America couldn't figure it out, but the communists figured it out. I highly doubt that, considering that throughout the existence of history, the communists only discovered technology after defectors from America went to them. Anyway. Blah blah blah, Zujajabomari, Mari, blah blah blah, refugee camps, Project Starscape, blah blah blah. Wow, gee, why are we going day by day?
No, it's just, I guess some big events happen.
Okay, we're skipping now. You were skipping years now. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. They keep all the plasma weapons.
Oh, wait. You mean the plasma weapons that self-destructed when the operator died?
Yes.
And the only way to get intact ones was to have a hyper advanced piece of technology that was basically a super taser?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, the South American countries formed the South American Coalition, and they are anti-Zajari.
And they all suck at
And
Dota.
they all became fascist Nazis.
And they all suck at Dota.
Not all of them would be terrible at Dota.
The Peruvians will be. No.
Statistically, some of them will be good.
Apparently World War III happens, and the Zujari get fucked up pretty hard, and nuclear weapons are dropped on Poland, China, and Canada.
Why Poland?
I don't fucking...
Poland.
Apparently the author fucking hates Poland. Blah blah blah, conspiracy theorists, blah blah blah. God damn, this is so fucking boring. Like, Jesus Christ, this is boring. Also,
nothing is happening.
Also, it apparently took 40 years for people to discover plasma weapons, even though the Zujajari showed up with plasma weapons.
And we were apparently reverse engineering, like, keeping all their stuff.
And apparently then the Ethros suddenly show up, and then everyone's like, oh, we got all these ships now we suddenly didn't have before. Woo-wee! And this is just dumb.
It's almost like this is dumb.
This is just dumb. I'm disappointed in the author for existing.
See, I would agree with you, except this is what I already expected.
Alright, so we got Mass Effect, we got Halo. What's this story?
Well, hold on, should we do the story that we were going to do before? Now that we've done a sci-fi one, we can go back to a good old classic narrative.
How about we do what the fuck?
Quit ignoring me.
Halo Overwatch. Let's do it.
All right, this I have to see. And hey, you know what? It's appropriate. Overwatch just announced a new hero.
Oh, did they?
Yes, it's gonna be
Buff
Reinhardt's
woman with a
god
club
child.
and a shield.
It's Reinhardt's who now?
It's Reinhardt's goddaughter.
Is it Reinhardt? I think yeah. It's Torbjorn's actual daughter, right?
Yeah, Torbjorn's actual daughter and Reinhardt's like goddaughter.
Yeah, and she's basically got a shield, and she does a lot of exercise and shit, boys. And she's got a club, I guess.
She's basically a supporty version of Reinhardt, which, you know what? I'm okay with. Because if she spent all her time being Reinhardt's personal squire, it makes perfect sense that she would be ripped as hell and like swinging a hammer.
True that, yes.
The greatest prison. Tracer never talked about her time as a lost soul. She's known...
Hey, we need the story.
Fucking right, my bad, my apologies. My deepest apologies.
You are forgiven.
No, I don't accept your forgiveness. The greatest
well, then rotten
prison.
hell.
Tracer never talked about her time as a lost soul. She is
God.
known as the excitable Brit, the puppy of Overwatch, the fearless point on any offensive. Winston had always suspected some form of trauma, and Widow had proven that at King's Row.
Wait,
Unbeknownst to all, her true terror approaches, and as one wise man once said, if you were his enemy, may God help you. Master Chief 117, Arbiter, Widowmaker, and Tracer. Wrote this today.
Fucking Widowmaker. Oh boy.
Wrote this today as a quick little thing when I noticed that my mouse was dead.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yes.
Wrote this today as a quick little thing when I noticed the lack of Halo Overwatch stories. Yes.
I wonder why.
I kind of have a plan for where I'd go with the next few chapters, but after that, it'd be a bit of a ramble, to be honest. If people are interested, I can write a little more.
I can't imagine why there's not too many more Halo Overwatch stories. I've only planned the first 2 chapters mildly myself, and then I really don't know where I'm going. I just can't piece 2 and 2 together. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why aren't there more stories of this?
Look, the problem with Halo and Overwatch
this one is.
Look. That was a terrible, terrible Yoda. That was bad.
Retard this
bad,
one
and you should feel bad. Anyway.
Shut the fuck up, you should.
I swear to God, I will mute you on your own server. Granted, you'll just unmute yourself immediately, but it's the principle of the thing. Look, Halo and Overwatch aren't going to work well because there are already super soldiers in the Halo universe.
Yeah.
And bringing in a bunch of people from Overwatch with their crazy technology.
No, I believe it's the other way around.
Atin, see, listen. This entire
see, that works even less well because if you just bring the Master Chief in, the Master Chief is actually like one of the least special individuals in the Overwatch world. Because you already have people like Reinhardt and oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. Doomfist. Like, you already have over-muscled people that are way stronger than normal humans with power armor. Like, Master Chief doesn't have anything special. He has some super strength and some power armor.
To be fair, he has Titan steel armor. Titanium steel alloy, whatever the fuck it's called. What do they call it? In Halo. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, okay, but...
No, it's Starcraft.
But you know what he doesn't have? a rocket hammer or a giant energy or a
already
projectable version.
Ah,
His-
but he can correct that in short order. By murdering the people that do and taking it.
Also, isn't there already like a shock hammer type thing in Halo? The gravity hammer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, well, there's a gravity hammer, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah, but like it still bashes people into fucking hell, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he's not gonna have that with him. Like,
You don't know that.
okay,
You don't know that,
unless
man.
he
I mean,
shows
the
up
author.
with an, unless he shows up with an entire ship, which granted the Arbiter's in this, so he might well show up with an entire ship. In which case, that's its own gigantic bucket of worms. But I'm just saying, like putting a Spartan or an elite in the Overwatch universe, they're used to being incredible badasses. Now they're going to be fighting people like Sombra, who's like, oh, let me just shut down your power armor.
But she
Yeah,
let him hack him.
except she couldn't hack his power
She
armor.
can't hack him because he's got a living AI in his fucking suit.
I mean, not only that, his power armor doesn't have wireless.
Yeah, I mean it's Wi-Fi.
It absolutely does have wireless. We've seen him send and receive wireless transmissions.
Okay, yeah, but it doesn't have the same frequency or the same anything that Sombra would know or have the equipment to use or access.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna hack this computer with the floppy. Why is there no floppy?
Right.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna hack this TV with a radio. That's not how that works.
Guys, can you get to the point of the matter? This fic only exists so that Tracer and Master Chief can shag, right?
Yeah, no, this is clearly so Tracer can have nightmares about Master Chief and then they hate fuck. Duh.
Masturbator.
Exactly.
And I was going to say, and there's a giant problem with that, which is that Tracer's gay.
And Master Chief don't want no sex.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Listen,
And,
the only thing,
the other
Master
parents
Chief
who
wants
have
is
more-
beautiful digital waifu. That's all Master
Yeah,
Chief
he
wants.
does
He's
want a
secretly
digital
a
waifu pretty hard.
And it's even worse when you see the second pairing, which is basically the Arbiter and the
Well, we don't know that's a pairing yet. It might be Master Chief times Arbiter.
Mate, that's even worse.
Dude,
I mean, the blowjobs. Just
one
just
word. One word. Tumblr.
Yeah. And here's the thing. And if it's Tracer times Widowmaker, which is apparently a really popular pairing, there are so many problems with that. First of all,
they want to kill each other.
Tracer has a girlfriend. Like that's canon. She has a girlfriend.
And
Yeah.
Widowmaker has a husband.
And he's
No,
dead.
she murdered him.
Yes,
the
but
thing.
she's still pretty straight because she had a husband in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna get. That's what I was gonna get to the point of.
Master Chief times
Widowmaker
Demon.
had a husband and then was forced to murder him, and then she murdered him because she was turned into an emotionless murder bot.
Plus, she's French. She likes the kinky things. Yeah.
That is true. She is French.
Look, either way, the point is, none of these pairings work, and you're stupid, author.
I can agree to these statements.
So
Because, like we said time and again, don't look. The characters are the way the characters are. You can change their personalities, but like, you know what?
If you show it on screen, of course.
mate, people
Yes,
try
if you
to.
show it naturally on screen. But just going, we're just gonna change people's like orientation and gender and whatever else we want, just so that I can have my fetish. Get out.
Adam, did you
What?
know why they brought in that female character for Tracer to romance?
Because of Tumblr?
Because Tracer's given pairing in the fandom before that was Tracer X Winston.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, I don't think that's why they did that. That might have been part of it, but I doubt that's the sole.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that
yes,
was-
I do agree with on this one. You shut the fuck up and let me read this story.
Okay.
Okay. Tracer couldn't remember what it felt like to touch something. She recalled a distant memory of sensation, perhaps the feeling of a chair to sit on or gravity pulling her down. But that was it. She had no idea how long she had been lost. Time hadn't mattered since the accident, since the Fire Nation attacked. Her first sign of trouble had been the fluctuations of the portal generator on the slipstream jet. But before she could do anything, the jet and everything else she had known was gone. From then on, her existence became nothing but a blur, flashes of events and people, but never anything tangible. She sat by and watched the world go on without her. Eventually, she had given up on any hope of rescue, of release from her own personal hell. Any feelings she once had were forgotten in lieu of her current blank slate. What point was there to try and feel if there was no one to hold her, speak to her, acknowledge her? She may as well have been a ghost lost in time. At first, she had fought with all she could muster, trying to find a way out of her incorporeal state. Oh, speaking of which, a little break in character there. So, we had a funny little joke of someone saying something stupid, talking about quantum physics, and someone in the office goes, "Son, if you keep that up, I'm about to punch you so hard, your existence is gonna become conceptual."
Okay.
You have such an interesting office. Why did that come up?
Because stuff happens, man. We're the fucking office in real life. We're the show, but reality.
That's concerning on multiple levels.
Yet every time she came close, the portal would engulf her, displacing her and undoing any sense of hope. What fucking portal is this? Any sense of hope she had held. She gave up on returning. Gave up on feeling. Everything became gray and lifeless in her eyes. Not that it made a difference when the only thing that stayed the same was her own withered body. The pain that had hounded her for what seemed like forever became nothing more than a bother, soon forgotten amidst the pain of teleportation. Every time the portal appeared, it did so with a flash of light before quickly forming into what had to be the darkest dark possible. No matter what she did, Tracer always fell into the silent pit, unable to stop her own distorted form from being drawn inside. The first time, when she was being pulled from the slipstream jet, it hurt from beyond what she had thought possible. Her limbs were twisted into shapes she could not comprehend. Whatever dimensions the place possessed, they did not match the human perception. Her bones were broken and reformed, and then broken again each and every moment. Time held no meaning as her entire body was pulled apart, held together by nothing and everything at once. An instant later, or after an impossibly long time, the portal had dropped her back out. Her mind was still processing the pain, trying to cope with what had happened, so she didn't notice it wasn't where she was supposed to be until much later.
Nice.
Yes, this is Overwatch.
This fandom.
Overwatch me committing seppuku.
Right? My entire claim to fame on fanfiction was my Overwatch figure at a point in time.
Yeah.
And holy, that was so fucking painful.
Question.
Really, what was painful about it?
Mildly off
Everything.
topic.
Like the thing is, okay.
What
so
was
every
worse?
time a new character release, every time a new character release, something about the plot would just go completely haywire.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was worse, D times D or Overwatch community?
Honestly, if like Overwatch, actually.
Really?
Yeah. That's where you get more death threats. That's where you people just go like, yeah, so about your story, blah blah blah. These 50 points I don't like. It completely change your story, blah blah blah. Could you like change this, blah blah blah. Dude, honestly, everybody in the Overwatch fandom is so fucking entitled. Almost 90% of them have come right off Tumblr or AO3. It's just like, why the fuck are you here? If you don't like it, why did you read it?
If you don't like it, why did you? That is true. Now I do see a
To be
lot
fair, that is a criticism that has been leveled at us.
No, see,
No.
you read it because
I know. I see a lot of authors who say don't read, but I will still like post a review on the first chapter of like this shouldn't be a thing in the first place, and it's not
Yeah.
because I disagree with the author because of oh I think the canon should be this. It's because I disagree with the author because they make a Snape times Harry story in which the sex starts when Harry's 9 and a cat.
Okay, yes,
The
that
one
is
thing-
slightly different.
The one reason I was very specific about if you don't like it, don't read it, was because my entire thing, it was a Naruto X Overwatch fic, and the entire point was Naruto grew up during the Omni Crisis, right? Like he got to the world when like Omni Crisis started, and was
Wait.
he left Overwatch again,
Question,
right?
important question. Did he end
Yeah.
up in the world, or did he get born in the Overwatch world?
He ended up.
Okay, good. So you're not one of those dumb fucks who's just like,
He's-
I'm gonna have Naruto born in the Overwatch
No,
world,
no, I
but he's
can't do
going to
that.
be completely the same as normal Naruto.
Yeah. But like in this one, I kept Naruto. Like the entire point of him being there was he was basically a nuclear bomb, but a person.
Yeah,
Which
he
is
pretty
why
much
the original 6-7 man squad of Overwatch was actually able to do something, even though they were just 6-7 people, right? And he saw shit. He saw all the bullshit that went on in this point. And he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. And slowly, chapter by chapter, I was kind of like giving some perspective to what happened to change him into what he is now from what he was back then.
Right.
So it was not a story for everybody because everybody else wanted to see people fuck.
Yeah, I will admit that is a personal confusion of mine. Like, what is it with people and needing fan fiction of just sex? I
I had a review saying 7 chapters in, no pairings have been formed yet. Dislike.
I don't get
Literally,
that.
that's-
Honestly, I don't understand that. I fundamentally do not understand why you would read fan fiction for sex. I understand why you would read fan fiction for like, oh, I think X character and X character would make a great pairing. In the canon section, not in the crossover section. I understand why you would read a story for a pairing.
Everybody wanted Naruto Haram.
You know, if it's like,
Everything
oh,
going
I
on.
want to see someone's take on, Naruto times Hanabi for some fuck all reason, like whatever. Okay, right? I can understand that in the Naruto section because yeah, you're coming there for Naruto fix. Pairings is going to be a big section of that. But like, why the fuck would you go to the crossover section and demand romance from that? Naruto times Tracer, OTP.
Dude,
Like,
that's what they wanted. That's the one they wanted so bad.
Really?
They asked for it after the second chapter, where there was literally a scene where Tracer was talking to her girlfriend about the shit she's seen. And yeah, they were like, whoa, no, you put in Tracer with her girlfriend. What a Tracer. Fuck Naruto. Why isn't Naruto getting a harem? Yeah.
Because Naruto is not
The
for
best,
wrong.
the most memorable thing was this private message I got, which was literally just a list of pairings and
Why
I
do you
actually
not
got
like
it.
Harry times Hermione Wolf Annie manga sex?
God damn it, that's-
But no, honestly, I fundamentally do not understand why people go to the crossover section for parents. I can get like, okay, they're together in this story. That's cool. Fine, sure, whatever. But it's like, you go to the crossover section for the crossover, not
Not the fuck over.
not the fuck over, basically, yeah.
Like, look, if I go to the crossover section, which I rarely do anymore because I've given up all hope on most of fan fiction, but if I do,
Yeah.
it's because I want to see, let's have Star Wars times Halo or XCOM times Mass Effect or whatever. Whatever someone goes there for, I'm going there because I think, this is an interesting premise. What would happen if these two different worlds interacted? Not what would happen if Tracer really wanted to bang Naruto.
Man, you know who's the worst offender in this case? It's not even the Naruto section, it's the Gundam Wing section. And it's always a Harry Potter crossover. Oh, Harry Potter somehow.
Remember, I'm the one who brought it up on this show. I'm the one who
Yes!
brought it up.
I
was
I-
like,
Zach,
Why
was
are there
not wrong with
400 something crossovers with Harry Potter and Gundam Wing?
Yes, exactly. I was not on, I don't think I followed your stream back then, but that's basically the same thing I saw. I was like, okay, Gundam Wing. I don't like Gundam Wing, but I want to read something Gundam. Oh, it's all Harry Potter. No, thank you. Throws four in the wall.
you know, like we said wicked long ago, back in the older years. Some crossovers just don't work.
And as we've said time and again, we aren't saying that you can't make crossovers work. Good authors can make them work. However, certain certain crossovers are going to be immensely more difficult. Like, for instance, Gundam times just about anything that doesn't have giant robots.
Yeah.
Because Gundams are inherently going to wreck the power scaling of a universe because it's a Gundam.
Potter
if you
times
opt
Gundam works because Banished Destiny.
I'm sorry, what?
Apparently, Banished Destiny is a Harry Potter Gundam story. Also, he says it's
Mate,
called X over,
nothing
X
with
meaning
Gundam Wing
sex.
works.
And Isley
Gundam Wing
says,
doesn't work.
Isley says, if a character is similar, I can understand why the author would pair them two together. My question is, why they insist on it being smut rather than romance? Well, it's quite simple. It's because people who have never had sex before are for some reason absurdly desperate to see characters from fandoms they enjoy have sex, and they live vicariously through that for some
And then there's
dumb
some
reason.
people like Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer who literally think that they're the main character Naruto of the fandom they write for. So for them, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I found this female in this other series really hot, so I'm gonna engineer a situation where I am the hero and write a smut scene.
Yeah, like I was saying, as I said, I didn't say that Harry Potter times Gundam can't work. I think that most authors will be unable to make Harry Potter times Gundam.
I think it's a careful line being straddled of saying you shouldn't do this sort of crossover because it doesn't work, and doing it because maybe you're the person that can make it work. And
no, for me, it's you need to think real carefully about why you're doing it, because as I was saying,
honestly, I think that can just be applied to everything. I think that's our actually main message of this podcast in of itself is, please, for the love of God, just think about the shit you're writing.
Yes,
I think that's
you're right.
the best way.
Because the problem is either you're going to wreck your power scaling with a Gundam, or you're not going to bring Gundams in.
No, it's not
in
even
which
even
case,
Gundam.
For me personally,
just anything.
I'm not interested.
Period. Just
And
I have seen so many stories introduce something or be like, oh, this is the what if scenario of insert blank what if here. And it's like, okay, that idea sounds somewhat cool. And then the story dies, like, by the first arc, because the author sat there and got to that point and was like, oh shit, this changes everything. I didn't think of any of that.
Yeah. And even worse is when you just bring a character over from another world. He doesn't have any of his defining traits, like none of his personality, none of his powers, none of his history. And then you're like, yeah, dude, so this is my Naruto slash whatever, and he's gonna do shit in this universe. He's just the name. He's not the character.
Yeah, as I like to call that meat puppeting, as I've said here before several times, it's meat puppeting. It is author's self-fulfillment wish fantasy bullshit.
So I don't know what story Zeeks is talking about, but I put Banished Destiny into the search bar, and
oh, it's probably Russian.
It came up.
No. It's in the FFCT9K server.
Oh.
I tried to read a little bit of it. I'm already saying a no. Because it's
such an alternate dimension through time and across space by his godfather, Harry must learn to fend for himself in a war-torn universe where technology is society's lifeblood.
This is the thing I was talking about.
Powerful Harry, smarter Harry, evil Dumbledore, evil Snape. Fuck me! This doesn't work.
Let's get some action in here, boys!
No. Here's the thing. I'd be willing to try and read this, but, and this is the important thing, this isn't bringing Gundam to another universe. This is bringing another universe to Gundam.
Which is the laziest thing we can do.
No, here's the thing. I'm okay with that, because bringing another universe to Gundam can work just fine, because as the show Gundam itself has proven, any dumbass can pilot a mobile suit.
Yeah.
Come, you'll be done.
Hell, even a comic could pilot a mobile suit.
I mean, look at Amuro.
Yeah.
He's like a 13-year-old boy, and he beats actual trained military guys because his tank is just that much better.
Yeah. It's like a guy with a real gun trying to fight people with water pistols, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't matter how great those guys with the water pistols are. Chances are they're going to lose to the guy with the real gun.
Yeah.
Okay, by the fact that this says evil Dumbledore and evil Snape as if they're like actually important characters to this story, even though it's taking place 400 something years in the future, I can only assume they either go back to the present at some point or something else. Because but even then, you still get the power scaling issue of Gundams.
Here's the thing. This is one Here's the thing. I might be willing to give
Zex.
this a try.
Zex,
but it's going to be a
your
hard.
opinions are shit. Atin will read this and tell us if your opinions continue to be shit or if you've
Atin,
actually
it's
discovered
66 chapters.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll read like the first 10, but it's going to be hard for me because...
They have Horcruxes!
No, listen, there's already a black mark against this story because it's Gundam Wing. And Gundam Wing is by far one of the worst Gundams.
Atin, imagine making a Gundam a Horcrux.
Well, A, that's just terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah.
B, the only person who should ever be able to do that is Suthner, because he is a Gundam.
Suthner say I am Gundam.
Look, I think that's stupid too. I'll come right out and say it. 00 is one of my favorite series.
Gundam.
That's stupid. It's stupid.
Anyway.
It makes more sense when you've seen the story, but it's still stupid.
Back to this story. Blah, 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 existence is futile, blah, 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 there was something different, blah, 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 she couldn't do except prepare for the pain, she was a blank slate to be written on, blah, 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 the random location, blah, 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 silence, blah, 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 something was different, she could feel things now, blah, 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 staring at the ground, blah, 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 the gruff identify yourself, metal plates, black suit, chest armor, golden visor. Wait, this is supposed to be Master Chief for the black suit on?
It could be that he's getting ready to get. It could be that he's getting ready to get into the armor, and that's the undersuit.
Maybe.
Or he's
but he's wearing the helmet.
Well, the helmet's the easiest thing. As they showed us.
Yeah, but the helmet goes on last.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. The helmet is the last thing to go on. So either way, that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he's getting ready for multiplayer.
Blah, blah, blah. Downshift the head, examining her pilot suit. She was bothered by this. It saw her body now. Blah, blah, blah. She stopped talking. She couldn't say anything. She was memorized by his faceplate.
Memorized?
Memorized by his faceplate.
Yeah, I was going to say he means mesmerized.
Mesmerized? Right? No. Mesmerized.
Yeah,
yep,
mesmerized.
mesmerizing. Yep. She did nothing but stare into the gaze of the possible soldier, blah, 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 reflection. She felt herself flicker, saw her eyes widen, and then her world went black, pulse of white. Tracer saw the truth. The wars of Overwatch were nothing. They were a small group of doing good things in a small world. Whatever looked upon her, fought real wars, made real decisions.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Get out of here, author. Just
Overboard.
get out.
She blinked in and out of time. Flashes of the dead and dying appeared before her. Planets annihilated by the person in front of her. She curled
And
up.
how is she gaining all this knowledge?
By flickering through time, duh!
Also, Master Chief didn't kill any planets.
Images were endless, her thin connection of time blending it into a horror show. Tracer didn't know what was, when, who, or where. There were too many. Then they stopped. Tracer froze once more.
Can you please drop this stupid new voice? It's making me irrationally upset. Probably because it
I
reminds me of...
cannot do that for you, Atin.
I swear to God, Nixon, I'll impeach you a second time. The things I have to say on this show. I'll impeach you a second time, Nixon.
I swear to God, Nixon, I'll impeach you a second time. Put it on a mug. Put it on a shirt. It goes on the hats.
Listen, I'll sell a hat of that. It'll be right next to the sneaky body pillow.
Excellent.
And listen, you guys find us a store that'll let us put those things up. We'll sell the merch.
I'll have you make a website for that.
No, that's definitely the last thing we'll be doing.
Or just put it on Amazon, dude.
The only time
There were like 100-gallon tub of lube.
I will not put it next to the 100-gallon tub of lube.
You know you want to. You're just denying yourself that one opportunity of making
Blah,
money.
blah, blah. Golden front. She was crying. Around her laid objects. Gravity didn't exist here. She felt something. Oh my God, she felt something.
Yeah.
She felt something.
Blah, blah,
it was a spark, and that spark grew into a flame. She
That's
looked
the
away,
most
she splayed her fingers, blah blah blah. Tracer realized what was going on. She invaded this being's space, seen a past she should not have seen. In the process, she regained what made her human. But one in front of her was ready to end her invasion, so the flame grew to an inferno.
Okay,
The freezing of her limbs unlocked. She knew what she was feeling. For the first time in her life, Tracer could not help herself, could not fly away, could not think. But for the first time in forever, she cared that she couldn't help herself. And in that moment, frozen in an unknown location with an unknown being in an unknown time, as her vision faded and the world turned black, Tracer knew the meaning of terror.
Alright. Couple of key problems here. First of all, since we are left to assume that this is Master Chief before her, how would Master Chief know that she's seeing all the quote-unquote horrible things Master Chief has done? Also, he wouldn't care, as we've seen from the Halo series. Like, the Chief has seen horrible things. The Chief has literally zero regrets about everything he's done.
Yup.
For better or for worse, he has no regrets. Caveat, up to at least Halo 4, I haven't played 5, because 4 shouldn't have existed, and 5 certainly shouldn't have existed. Also,
I don't believe there's any games past 3. 3 is where it ended.
Also, I haven't played 5, because I'm not willing to give Microsoft the money for an Xbox One just to find out how
No, I played it at a friend's. It's even worse. Trust me. It
Really?
somehow is even...
That
They try to like, humanize Master Chief. Like, oh, it's about his journey. It's his love and blah, 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 blah. What the
No, you're not
fuck?
supposed to humanize the Chief. A key part of the
Hey, we haven't seen this in a while.
What?
Naruto plus Rosario plus Vampire.
Sneaky, check your Discord.
I will not check my Discord until
I sent you something beautiful.
Why? Why have you done this to me? What suffering?
Because once again,
sweet
also
fuck.
just another problem with that. Let's say that this is in fact the Chief who's angry that he's seen her past. How does he get that information? Second of all, the Chief wouldn't murder someone just for looking up at something that would be publicly available.
Oh yes, the Slanesh Worm crossover. I wish that continued. That was great.
What?
It's dead, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Please don't tell me that Taylor made a deal with Slanesh.
No, she is Slanesh.
That is worse. That is worse by far. I assume it's
sort of.
involved into a giant harem story.
Yeah, like I said, it was a work in progress and it's dead now.
For the record, I wasn't complaining about that because if you've got Slanesh in your story, that's kind of supposed to happen.
What? Work in progress or dead?
A harem.
Oh, yeah.
A harem.
Oh, the work in progress. Yeah, that works.
Anyway, moving on.
Indeed.
Sneaky.
All right, come on, Sneaky.
Do the Bloodborne D times D story.
No.
I will.
Doing this.
This first.
First shot at this, basically Naruto ends up in Yokai Academy, but he stays away from Sukune and his friends until Kuyo arrives.
A dent in my iron will. First shot of this, basically Naruto ends up in Yokai Academy.
You're just going to ignore the fact that I was reading it?
Yes, I am. Because you were also...
You're gonna ignore the fact that he's literally bared his entire plot in the fucking...
Ends up in Yokai Academy, and he stays away from Sukune and his friends until Kuroyo arrests the human boy from Naruto makes his choices. A blonde ninja refused to let Sukune die at Kuyo's hands. But the chairman has other plans for Naruto, and who knows, he might actually get back to the leaf. Rewrite is done.
Hey, guys, I rewrite this.
It always makes my soul hurt whenever I see Off Go. This is a rewrite because I can only think about how terrible was your original effort.
Okay,
Props to yourself for trying to improve yourself, but how terrible was your original effort?
I guess we'll just hop over to Dent My Iron Will rewrite.
Yep.
Also, why is this, like, Naruto yokai a thing?
Kurama.
And Naruto's a Hanyu.
Because for a very long time before Kurama was really, like, described to everyone as a part of the Jubi thing, everyone was like, oh, he's actually the nine-tailed fox demon. Because that's a thing in Japanese culture, like the nine-tailed fox demon.
Yeah, well, no,
we just thought, hey, what if I gave Naruto some, like, fondness?
Well, no, here's the thing. Back before that was explained, it had, it made...
It could be excused.
Like,
Both, Isley. Yeah. I've read them both. Unfortunately, they're also both dead. Ish.
There's one that Invoker inside Familiar of Zero Kickback.
Dude, I love that! I'm so sad that it's also dead.
Well, there was one.
There was a Rubik one that was like quite funny, but
no, the Rubik one was fucking trash.
It was trash
because it assumed that spell steal let him use every spell he ever stole.
That's why I liked it.
But it's stupid because that's not how it works.
Wait, any spell he's ever gotten?
No, literally, the canon. No, you don't understand. The canon of spell steal is Rubik actually forgets the spell.
Yeah, he's got ADHD basically.
Yes, because he just goes, oh, he looks at the leftover magic and goes, so that's how that works. And then he uses magic so that he can do it for a little bit, but then he forgets it. And
he
this
gets bored and moves
No,
on.
then I think we read the wrong, like, different fix, so yeah. Because mine, he just picks up the spell of whoever the fuck was using them and used them better.
What do you mean, use them better?
Like, that dude who summons a golem and shit, he uses it, but, like, he remembers a little bit of Warlock's old spell, and he summons, like, that gigantic thing that, Warlock brings, so... Yeah, good luck.
That's a little bit better, but that's still dumb, because he steals the spell, and then he forgets it.
Yeah. No.
Well, and then he forgot it. He forgot it, like, right after using it. He's like, oh shit, I don't know how to send it back.
Okay, see, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. The one that I read...
Hey! Fuck you! You stupid dumb motherfuckers can't go 2 seconds without derailing a train. I'm not the one derailing a train! These fuckers here are the one derailing the train.
Hey, fuck you, Arnold. This is what you pay for.
Fuck
you know what? derailing the train is a lot less painful than reading whatever this dreck is.
Yeah,
What is
well,
it
we're
now?
gonna read it anyway.
I know that.
At the time, it was simple, and it made sense just to smack a time space seal on a rock when Jiraiya wasn't around and sit back and watch the magic. But that wasn't the case, and now he's stuck in a school for monsters and forced to work with a creepy guy with glowing eyes. But
What
the
is
life of an Uzumaki wasn't easy. Slight original character Naruto.
And I already have a problem.
At least he's admitting he's a meatbag.
Well, declaration. Master, may I shoot the meatbag? Anyway, now I'm done with my HK-47 reference.
You bad HK-47.
My definitely, without a doubt, bad HK-47 reference.
Okay.
Welcome to the rewrite of Dent in My Iron Will, or the Spice Rack, or the Shit Show, or whatever you wish to call it. This is Naruto from the training trip a few weeks before he comes back to the leave. And in Rosario Vampire Timeline, this is a few days after the Mizor incident with gym teacher Okuto Katsusubo. Also, I did my research and rewatched the anime and read a good chunk of the manga. I have to say, Rosario Vampire Timeline is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Anyway, there is going to be a lot more stuff that will happen in the first year, the first semester. PSC will be in the next semester, and I will have a lot of things to say so you guys don't get confused. So let's just start off there. What I think is the most important thing to be in Naruto's training with Jiraiya, I really disliked how Kishimoto had Naruto train with Jiraiya, and he learned nothing to show from it aside the Rasengan's. So
Okay, so
I'm
first
going to
of
be
all,
changing
Is
that.
the A-grade technique.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be changing that. Naruto did learn advanced shape and elemental transformations with a few ninjutsus under his belt. Oh, he'll get better taijutsu, so he picked up from Fusaku, even though he never trained with Fusaku, and even wind and water in the future. I mean, we will get to pain. We will get to pain.
No. I don't know what that word is. That's not pain.
Pine.
Again.
Pine? Pien? We will get to Pien,
Is it P-E-I-N?
but that will be until
P-E-I-N.
year 2. I know
that's
sharing,
the way the
Dan.
original manga thing did it, so...
Oh, hi,
Like,
Sam.
the original people who translated it just made it green for some reason.
So
That's
I
not
do
the original
want
chapter.
him to be in the Renegan, but that will be different thing in future I have planned for this story.
The Obamagan.
There is one last thing I wish to stress. This chapter will be short, as it is a simple introduction to Naruto to the newspaper club, and the content displays his abilities. Right, on the parent side, this will be a Naruto times Mizor times Ruby times unknown character.
Wait, explain Ruby. Like, is there a character named Ruby in the series, or is this...
The Ruby the witch.
Okay.
She's a witch that is into being a submissive.
Oh!
Also,
Oh.
she's really good at magic.
Okay.
Yep. Also, I might include Kurumu, or Inamoka. I don't know which one I'm leaning towards right now. And then finally, one of Mocha's sisters shall want his D as well. Oh,
What?
and stick around because I have more important things to say at the end of the chapter.
Bet you have something important to say, author. Is it I'm sorry that my writing is trash? Alright, look. Sneaky, you wanna go off on the alternate Jiraiya training since you know more about Naruto?
Honestly, I don't give enough fuck. Honestly, I do not care enough about the Jiraiya training. I do agree with the author that it's a bit silly that someone who has shadow clones only learned how to do the Rasengan with a shadow clone over the course of 3 years. That's all he learned.
Yeah, and I do agree with you on that. But like, as we saw, Naruto isn't exactly the best student, and Jiraiya is far from the most.
Yes, this is true. However, shadow clones, even a shit teacher in the space, like we saw Naruto on his own learn how to do the Rasengan overnight to beat a bet. And you're telling me
Sneaky, it wasn't overnight.
It was over a week, if I remember.
Well, yes, he spent a large amount of time with clones and shit trying to learn it. But overnight, he made the progress of, I can't do this, to it's fully stable.
No, remember, he could do it. He couldn't do it very well, but the bet with Tsunade was that he could not master it. He could already perform.
No, the bet was not master. The bet was use. Because if it was master, he wouldn't need an extra clone for it. And I think it's dumb that he requires... actually, he required 2 clones from my poor memory. Matt, I wish Max was here because he would correct me.
Yeah.
But I'm fairly certain he required 2 clones. One for the rotation, one for the speed, and one to do the chakra. Originally.
No.
For the original
yes,
Rasengan.
he did need 2 clones at first, and then later on he got it down to 1 clone.
And then he got it down to 1 clone. But you're telling me he got it down to 1 clone, and that took 3 years, and that was the only thing he trained in?
I mean, dude.
I agree with you, it's dumb.
Yeah. It is dumb as hell. And while I will say, yes, Jiraiya is a fairly shit teacher overall, and I won't
But then
say,
did you also learn how to do better and actual martial arts?
I won't say, wow, he got better at his taijutsu, and he learned so many spells. I meant jutsus. I won't say that, but I would acquiesce to Naruto learned how to write better and be stealthier and make seals because clones.
Yeah. And that's perfectly fine, but that's not what this author is doing. This author is ignoring the key facts that Naruto is a horrible student. I'm not saying Naruto doesn't have the capacity to learn. I'm saying as a student, Naruto is terrible. That's demonstrated in the academy, and that's demonstrated even during his training with Jiraiya. Because he doesn't bother trying to learn anything Jiraiya gives him until Jiraiya is like, here's the Rasengan, you will never be able to use this because you're a stupid kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the only thing, Naruto has almost no motivation to improve himself unless someone's told him he can. And maybe a better teacher than Jiraiya would have been able to use that. But he doesn't have a better teacher.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, it's implied occasionally that's like, oh, well, Jiraiya was such a great teacher for him. He got so much stronger. And then it's like, well, what did he get stronger in? Oh, he can use the Rasengan with 1 clone now.
Everything that does not matter.
Yeah, I was going to say, but Sneaky, as we've seen, there have been occasions where Naruto has had unreliable narration.
Every
They're few and far between, but there have been those occasions. So I think it's much easier to say that this is one of those occasions of unreliable narration. Oh, Naruto got so much stronger, and that it was really just Naruto.
It's just a time skip.
Yeah, I know, but he beat Kakashi.
But yeah, when he came back, he basically went toe to toe.
He came back, and Tsunade's like, do the bell test again versus Kakashi, and then Sakura and Naruto beat up Kakashi, and it was just like, Okay, so yeah, they're stronger now. Look how much stronger they are. They can beat, like, one of the top fucking Jonins. Okay. Well, what can he do?
That sure won't matter in the coming episodes, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
What can Naruto do? Oh, he can cast the Rasengan. Really? No. He can do it only with someone else helping him. Specifically a clone.
Of himself.
And it's just like, oh, fucking...
Hey guys, but we are fighting dreamers.
Oh, that stupid opening.
Now, if they were to say, like, oh, he can make sealless clones now, I believe that. Oh, he's super stealthy now. I could believe that. He's good at writing now. I could believe that.
He got really buff.
Yeah, he got buff as fuck. I can believe that. No.
He grew to 6'5". He can play all the
He
women.
became Naruto Swolo.
Oh god, did you hear that song though?
Yes,
Ben Swallow song.
yes, I have. Yes, I followed Relax With Me back
With
when he
me,
had
after
100
the S4
followers.
thing?
I've followed Relax With Me since he had 100 followers.
I fucking love that
Get
song.
on my level.
And
No, I just
Anyway,
followed the S4 song.
back to the story of now that we're no longer complaining about how dumb Kishimoto was and how dumb this author is from just being like, lol, characters he has never met really before, he totally learned from.
Yeah, dude.
And blah blah blah, average Tuesday. Oh, we're just jumping straight into Naruto being in okay. Apparently the summary was supposed to be the prelude. Oh no, we're about to have a flashback. Excellent.
Dude, I'm actually gonna write that fic where he goes with Choza to train instead of Jiraiya.
With Choza?
You know, like that's Choji's father.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
So that's I'm gonna write that. Like his training trip with Choza, and he comes back fat as all shit.
Actually, you know what? There is one fic I would like your writing expertise / opinion on, and I'll talk to you about that after the stream.
I've never heard those words in reference to my writing skills before.
yeah,
You're
Treasure,
capable
you'll
of
never
writing, which makes you a infinitely better author than I am.
You're capable of writing, man. I fucking love your
Oh,
fic.
I'm
What's your fic?
capable of writing. It just takes me approximately several fucking years.
No, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
To be
Yeah.
no, okay, hold on. To be fair, part of Sneaky's problem is that he has
The
trouble
lady ship?
focusing.
Yeah, I do have immense trouble
He has massive trouble focusing. Like I have occasionally listened to Max trying to get Sneaky to write. Boy, do I feel sorry for Max.
I think Max is a man he's a man with like endless patience.
He is.
Oh yes, he is.
He's
There-
saint amongst men.
There's a reason why we've stayed friends for 7 years.
Because Max has the patience of a damn saint.
Oh, if I feel that, that's why I write drabbles. Yeah, no, I feel you, Chrysanthemum. That's about all I can manage as well.
Like, even when Max is sitting in a voice chat with him going, Sneaky, focus. Sneaky, stop looking at memes. Sneaky, stop watching YouTube videos. It's just no. No.
He's like, what if Sneaky
No.
don't?
No, see, my main problem when it comes to writing, I know this is the derailing, but it's still on topic because it's about me.
It's about writing, man.
It's about writing.
And it's a
my
short
main
tangent.
problem when it comes to writing is that when it gets longer than a drabble, I start to think about it, and then I'm like, okay, well, no, I don't like this idea anymore because X reasons, and in the future chapters of X, Y, and Z, you know, this would have to be reorganized, and so this is going to have to be redone. Basically, I start future planning before I even start writing the original shit that made me future plan, and so then I throw out the original shit that made me future plan, so then I have to replan everything, and I get, yeah. Also, YouTube is a vortex of anti-writing, as Chrysanthemum said.
No, that too.
Well, I mean, so are Imgur and Reddit, and you like all three of them.
I actually don't go on Imgur anymore. Or Reddit.
Okay. Well, you used to.
I used to. Anyway, so, blah, 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 showed up in Yokai Academy. Blah, 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 not the strangest thing to ever happen to him. death penalty for humans. But Naruto was a shinobi, and he blended into the yokai.
Hold on a minute. That's
was
not an
shinobi.
explanation, author. That is not an explanation.
Shinobi.
Well, because he was a ninja, he blended in.
He would. Well, no. To be fair, he can just fucking like walk on the ceiling and walls and shit, and it's like, oh, that guy's a human. Walks on ceiling. Am I still a human? That's a fair enough point. You know.
Okay, yes, you do have a point, but the way the author's saying it, it's like he just showed up and he's just like, yep, nothing.
You're a human. Oh yeah, turns into a log. Okay, fair enough.
What? Okay, I admit you're not a human, but boy, that seems kind of useless. I mean, there's a reason I don't show it off more.
You're a human. Oh yeah, turns into the teacher.
Turns into a teacher.
You're a human. Splits himself into 40 copies of himself. Still
No,
think
I'm
you're a
many
human?
humans.
I don't know whether humans have this ability and I've just been hiding it, or what the fuck are you?
How do you think we
I'm a
procreate?
shinobi!
What?
It's a new yokai species, guys!
Teacher, we got another hobo in this. We got another magic hobo in the classroom.
Magic
oh my god, I think
hobo
I've just invented an amazing new genre of anime, magic hobo.
Magical hobo. It seems like it's time for me to save the day. Your magical bottle powers go!
They have to they have to get out their magical bottle of hooch.
They have to down
By
two
the power
40s.
of moonshine.
By the power of 40s.
Why can't we write this?
Hey, listen, go ahead and write it. We won't stop
We have to
you.
put it in the Sailor Moon section, clearly. He throws the
Sailor
bottle
Moon
up
gets her
and
Sailor
balances
Moon
on
gets her
his
sailor
forehead.
powers instead from a drunk hobo outside a strip club.
He throws the bottle up after drinking it and balances on his forehead, and it turns into a glass crown.
With ice in it.
And it's just embedded in his forehead, but he's too drunk to feel it.
Still in a sailor suit, though.
He's still in a sailor suit, but also covered in dirt and smells like trash.
Looks like any sailor shoot ever.
I found it in the dumpster! Sailor powers go!
It's a good... Boy, Sneaky, when Calvin wakes up in a couple hours...
Anyway. Naruto began to reminisce about what ended up here in the yokai world. It was a few weeks ago before he was supposed to return to Konoha. After he had been tirelessly working to master his wind element, the Toad Sage gave him some basic skilling and told him about his mother. Sneaky would make a great hobo sailor. You're correct. I would make a fantastic hobo sailor. I would just wander around aimlessly, squatting and shouting "Siaika Blot" as I beat evil doers.
Siaika Blot! Oh my god.
Well, okay, listen. So we didn't want to tell you this, but guys, that's version 2 of the body pillow is Sailor Sneaky. But
I fully approve of this.
We'll have to sell at least 100 of the standard one first.
Indeed.
And
that's
Sneaky,
not
you realize in order for that to happen, you're going to have to buy a sailor suit, wear it, take pictures, and send it to the artist, right?
False.
Really, no. Honestly, he doesn't
They
need to do that.
can
Any
just
artist
put me in
can
a
come up
sailor
with
suit. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, but I want to traumatize the artist.
Oh, okay.
I
that
said
makes
sailor, not Slav, though both could work. Don't you know? I'm a magical homo Slav. Cheeky bricky, cheeky bricky, cheeky bricky, transform!
Don't get
Oh.
I hope I've scared away everyone who has not toughed us out.
Oh boy.
Don't mind me, I'm just bootstrap traveling out of here.
Anyway, blah blah blah, Gamakichi, Boulder, blah blah blah, he totally put that kid through hell and now he's mastered everything he's ever given him. Blah blah blah, Winjutsu, blah blah blah, he somehow gave him Danzo's jutsu, even though that's never been passed on to anyone.
And Danzo's just is like a basic Winjutsu that he's just really...
Hi, my name is Bjorn Sneaker Ma'am, and I come from the great city of Flatwoscovy. I use the magical powers of vodka to become Magical Sailor Sneaky-san and defeat the fascist invader player.
Someday we're gonna have actually talented fans who will write the stupid ideas we come up with.
Dude,
and on that day,
I
we
will
will be made
ascend
to
to
pay.
the heavens when that
Sneaky,
happens.
on that day, we will be made to pay for every single one of these transgressions.
One of these days, I'm just gonna write all the stuff you talk about. I'm literally gonna do it one of these days. I just need a free week or something.
Don't you know the internet is forever? You know, that should have been more of a Russian accent, but it works, I guess.
Well, no, you see, that's the thing. He just thinks that Sailor Sneaky thinks that because he's drunk a lot of vodka, he's Russian, but he's just.
But instead, I just do a really shit Southern accent all the time.
Yes. Because that's what.
Psycho-Bloika!
Psycho-Blood! Psycho-Blood!
Psycho-Bloika.
Psycho-Blight!
Oh, there's
That's your move, right? That's your ultimate move.
No, eating the hui is my ultimate move, obviously. Anyway.
Every day we stray further from God's light.
Every day we stray closer to Helix's light.
Listen, if I were to follow a deity, I wouldn't want one where every day we stray closer to his light. Straying towards their light sounds like chaos, boy.
Yes.
And I mean that literally. I mean the forces of chaos.
Yes. Depending on how much chakra was used, blah blah blah. He didn't even need hand seals to use it anymore.
Look, ma, no hand seals.
Look, my explosions!
Look, Ma, I managed to take his
A
eyes.
small frown appeared, one more jutsu, the Rasen Shuriken. Oh boy, the Rasen Shuriken that he didn't invent until he became a sage?
I mean, come on, man. Canon is just, you know, it's... What's the word for it? It's just a guideline, you know?
It's just a guideline, man. Anyway, so blah 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 with Senjutsu could totally work, but his blonde student hadn't mastered Sage mode yet. Blah blah blah, Naruto is so great at punching things now.
That punch.
Blah blah blah, respect me, no, I'm a pervert, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah, what are you gonna do? Blah blah blah, I'm gonna tell you about your mom. Oh my god, my mom? Yes, your mom. What do you want to tell me about my mom? Well, she was super pretty and shit. Also, she was really good at Funjutsu. Blah blah blah, this is super complicated. Blah blah blah, space-time. Blah blah blah, I'm just gonna slap the space-time onto this
Don't
rock
tell me he's
here.
getting the Hiroshi right now.
Wow, this space-time is totally working on this rock I slapped it on. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Oh my god, I'm being sucked into a portal by golden chains.
Is that canon?
Is Gilgamesh throwing him through space and time now?
Apparently. Naruto pulled himself out of the memories, blah blah blah, a few months ago, blah blah blah. He stole a spot of a random student, no one pointed it out. Teachers just ignored him and went on with their day. I mean, I can believe that at least.
Yes, I would say the teacher would just be like, "Well, you don't look like you don't look like Harrison
Hank.
or whatever."
You don't look like Hank the troll, but you know what? I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, man, he was a troll.
Yeah, we're just gonna let it go.
Blah blah blah. The clubs. Blah
You know,
blah blah. Tired sigh. Blah blah blah. The shadow clones would make him wait. The shadow clones got all of his homework done. Okay, chairman. Why is window capitalized? Chairman. Greatest. The man's side. He would have to notify Jiraiya about his students' whereabouts.
I'm sorry, what?
Apparently, the chairman of the school just happens to know about the Naruto verse.
Of course he does.
Ah, contrived.
Blah blah blah. He had a great friendship with Jiraiya. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Make Naruto manipulated to help his plans to ensure success. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Sukune. Blah blah blah. Love me. Blah blah blah. Arguments. Blah blah blah. Canon stuff. Blah blah blah. Harem stuff. Oh man, that cute blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid. Who is he?
Nobody noticed.
We're all just finally noticing him after 3 months. And blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Basic rundown on who he is. Blah blah blah. The chairman told me to keep an eye on this kid. I don't know if he's good or bad guy. We have to get to the homeroom. Why is he joining a club?
Was that you just being like a Russian, or was that like literally what's written there?
Wait, what?
Whether he's a good or a bad guy.
Yeah, this kid is hiding a lot. I don't know if he's good or bad.
Okay.
And yeah, Naruto can use his clones like Hermione used a time turner. They literally create a copy of himself that makes him remember everything the clone had, happened to it. So yes, he could literally go to every single class and just sit in the back of the class and then pop all the clones and become super jacked intellect man.
Super jacked intellect man. What gym do you go to? The library.
Well, no, here's the thing. He could do that, but that would require Naruto to be smart enough to understand that stuff.
Well, duh. But clearly, just making him go to all the classes makes him smarter. Duh. Don't you know anything about fanfiction level character development? Just going to classes makes you smarter?
Trademarked.
Anyway, blah blah blah. Why doesn't he have to follow the rules? Blah blah blah. I have a book about monsters. We can go through it tomorrow. Oh my god, he's super hottie, said Karumu, the milk tank. Blah blah blah. Let's all go to our blah 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 dorms. Blah 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 sunlight. Blah 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 Naruto. Ramen. Blah blah blah. It's hey! He's eating ramen! Guys, look, it's Naruto!
It's Naruto!
Picked up a newspaper from the blue-haired girl who froze him. Blah blah blah. Homeroom class. Blah blah blah. Teacher. Gin was watching him. Blah blah blah. Mocha now watched him. He yawned, and Mocha was surprised by this.
What?
The Uzumaki didn't even look at her. She was so totally hot and everyone looked at her. Why would Naruto not look at her?
He's too cool.
Well, I know he doesn't like math, Mocha thought as he slept through the class. Okay, Sukune now watching Naruto. He loved writing so much, and he loved English, and he had so much fun in English. Guess he likes writing, but I couldn't gather any more information from him.
So he is the author.
Naruto caught Sukune and stared at him. Sukune froze. I should probably be more sneaky in the future, he thought.
Look at me, I'm being funny.
Mizor stole a glance at her target and kept to himself. After the incident with Konosuba, mile run today. Starting line, Naruto, blah blah blah. Naruto took off. Blah blah blah. Mizora was able to keep up with Naruto, but Naruto wasn't using chakra to increase his speed. Blah blah blah. The blonde decided to cheat a little and focus chakra, leaving his stunned Mizora in the dust. I might have just blown my cover, he thought. I might have just blown my cover, he thought. I just used special powers that no human should have access to in this monster world who hates humans. I might have just blown my cover as not a human.
Are we done with this yet?
No! We can't be done with this. We have so much more to talk about.
The show's over in 4 minutes.
Show's over in 10 minutes. Fuck off.
It is 7:57.
Oh, how about that? So it is. I'll put this in tomorrow. I'll put this down in the fanfic. Just fucking dumb. Yeah, no, just fucking dumb. Yeah, just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Check the Discord. There's a little comic thing.
Anyway, Succubus was trying to use her charm on Naruto. Blah blah blah. Ran to help her. Charm, Genjutsu, he thought as he tensed up. Yahoo, I did it. I actually got him. Now I get to get everyone here. Uzumaki stays here. The blonde racked his brain and wondered what to do. Naruto thought he had been found out, by judging by the girl's words. That didn't seem to be the case. Found out for what? Again, what would they find out? He was a damn good shinobi. How could he let himself be captured? He immediately dispelled the charm with his chakra control and made a hand sun. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. He said a clone puffed into existence and real Naruto smirk. Orders? Just spook. Smirk? No, honestly, I don't understand this here. Like, okay, so he mastered a jutsu that he learned over the course of 3 years to be hand sealless. Okay, fair enough. He didn't master the jutsu that he has literally been using his entire ninja career, constantly, every single fight, and every time he trains.
You'll never see it coming.
Frickin' apparently.
Krumu, you're late again. I got Naruto, guys. He's totally under my charm. Follow me. There he is. Nice work. Let's get started. You should ask him questions. What are your orders? What type of monster? I have a question for you. Do you really think I'm that dumb? Kurumu jumped in shock. Naruto-san, I'm not the real boss. He wants to talk to y'all, but he should be by the cliffside and be prepared for anything. Should we go meet him? Probably.
He's by the cliffside.
They meet him by the cliffside as he stares off into the distant sunset. I knew you would arrive here. Pulls out a large sword, smirks. Prepare yourself.
Humanity ill needs.
Naruto sat on the cliffside, received clone memories. You're that weird kid staring at me. It's super difficult to explain. I just want you to join my club. Is that why you've been stalking me all day? Do you want to join us or not? Nah, I don't know. You put me under a genjutsu. How about if you land one good hit on me, I'll join your cult? Naruto said.
It's not a cult, said the Scientologist.
It's not a cult, it's just the normal newspaper club, Sukune said, waving his arms at Blonde. Then why do you have a harem of girls? Who knows what you're doing there? If circumstances were different, I would applaud you, Sukune Ino. All the girls tensed up with dark aura. Mocha stepped up and looked at the human boy with stern eyes. Take off my Rosario. We'll deal with him and bring him back to the club, Mocha darkly stated. Sukune quickly followed her orders, and with a small click, a blast of Yoki energy. Yoki.
Yeah, just a blast of yokai.
No, not yokai. Yoki.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Yoki.
Yoki. A blast of Yoki energy engulfed the pink-haired girl with no punctuation. Inner Mocha opened her red eyes and allowed her silver hair to float freely.
Why is silver capitalized?
Silver!
Guys, it's silver, guys.
Yoki is the magic shit in Rosario. Okay. The more you know.
Here, we just thought it was a spelling error.
Aha! Yeah. Watch out, Modoka. The ranger doesn't like it when you do that.
They brought Madoka into this?
Yeah, they burned a Manica. They actually burned 5 lands for this.
Huh. Nice.
Wait. But there are no volcanoes around, so what lands did they burn? Because there's no graveyards either, because this is either a red creature or a black creature.
Well, it's clear that Mocha is actually under a white seal. A white-green seal, actually. To counter the red-black.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, I get that. That makes some sense.
Clearly. Yes, and clearly...
But you know what? Then this is the fault of the people that made the rule. Because the fact that they didn't put protection from red and protection from black on it, they're just dumb.
Yeah, no, clearly, they're dumb.
Yeah, what white deck doesn't have protection from red and black?
Am I familiar with Claymore enough to cover that? Yes, I can in fact cover a Claymore fanfic. Unfortunately, though, all the Clayformer.
Yes.
Claymore fanfics are utter garbage. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 that were okay.
But isn't that like your thing?
But they're both dead.
Sneaky.
They never
Sneaky.
completed.
I haven't seen Claymore, but everyone says is Claymore worth my time to watch?
No, it's not worth your time to watch. It's worth your time to read.
It's like Berserk, but
they
with
miss
titties.
a lot in the anime.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, the anime is still good, but you miss a lot.
Okay. Gotcha.
She's under a white skin Aryan dragon seal or something like that.
Anyway.
From a land down.
No, I never said the anime was bad. I'm just saying you miss a lot compared to the manga. There's a difference there.
Yes.
Just like the anime for Attack on Titan wasn't bad, but you miss a shit ton if you don't read the manga.
Oh yeah, no, because I watched the anime and I was like, this was good, but I feel like I'm missing some stuff. Went and read the manga.
I know, I realize the point of my podcast is to basically read shit fics and have contempt for them. But I don't want to go into the Claymore section, because Claymore is one of the few stories I actually really enjoyed. And I actually really enjoyed the ending, and I kind of don't want to taint that with absolute garbage.
Wait, that happens to you too? Like, for them, that's why I don't read any Berserk fakes or anything for Hunter x Hunter.
It's why I don't read any Maid Kobayashi fics as well. It's why I don't read any That's why I don't read a
we
lot of
actually
fics.
don't join the fandoms for our favorite stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I absolutely stay as far as fuck away as possible
I thought
from the
it
fandoms
was
of
just
stuff
a
I
thing that I
like.
did. I thought it was just a
No,
thing that I did,
no,
but now,
because-
holy shit.
Like, for instance, I'm a huge fan of Brandon Sanderson's work. I would never read anybody's fan fiction by it because they will never do as good a job as he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I once
And-
broke like this tradition of like not reading Age of Hunter x Hunter, and I was disappointed I never went back there.
Anyway, let's just finish this up. Because I have brownies to go eat.
I'll
Yeah,
be back in
yeah,
10 minutes.
yeah.
In 10 minutes, the show's gonna be done.
Yeah,
I know, but like,
it's
if
why I don't
people
read
talk about-
Dresden Files. Yeah, the ending was really awesome. Yeah, no, the ending of Claymore in the manga was, oh my god, it was worth the years I had devoted to following that fic. Wow. No, I mean technically it is that fiction. No, technically that is correct. I didn't say fanfic. I said
No,
fic.
I'm just saying, come on now. I haven't. Don't hype it up too much for me.
No, it 100% worth my time, and I don't say that about a lot of things. Am I familiar with Yojo Senki? What the fuck is that weeb shit? Get it out of here.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, take off my Rosario. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm assuming you dragged me out here to deal with him. I'm gonna take your blood as payment. Blah blah blah. He's super fast and he has the highest stamina ever. So the rumors were true. I'll need to make it quick then. I'll need to beat them all up in one go. Let everyone step back. I'm gonna fight him. Oh no. Naruto was surprised to see someone move at high Jonin speed. It's one of my personal pet peeves, and when people go, "Oh, they moved they moved at high Genin speed, they moved at low Chunin speed, they were a medium speed Jonin," that doesn't tell us anything. Oh, the Nazi lolly anime. Yeah, no, I've heard about that before. Yeah, no,
I would suggest you go Sneaky. I watched that. I
yeah,
would say go give it a try.
yeah.
Although I would say, honestly, like the manga is pretty good, but I think the anime is better because it really drives home the point of just how insane this person is. I watched it for the same reason I watched Breaking Bad. I wanted to see how bad things will get for this piece of shit human being.
Fair enough. Read bad fan fiction of it. Got it.
To the credit of the author of the story, they don't try to hide the fact that this is a story about a terrible person doing terrible things in the middle of a war.
Anyway, oh my god, his reaction time's super good. Gust of wind, Kagebushin, what do you want? Use wind jutsus and knock them out of the air. Wait, I don't want to fight you, you coward, and your race dare claims they are S-rankish. I'm not dealing with someone like this. You retreated, blah blah blah. Compared to pervy sage and grandma, these kicks are cotton balls. Blah blah blah. Clones, blah blah blah. Grit his teeth. Blah blah blah. Go after him. Blah blah blah. Distract him. Wow, she hits hard. I'm fine as long as I don't get hit. Damn it, I forgot about the ice girl. He considered using the fox chakra. But that would only raise more questions. Using monster powers of a demon in the demon school would only raise more questions.
Yeah.
To be honest, as a history nerd, I hate it when people call Tanya a Nazi because it's World War One, not World War Two. I mean, was she a National Socialist who believed the Jews should be exterminated?
No.
Okay, then she's not a Nazi.
Yeah, what did you say? Actually, yeah, and I'm actually mad with myself that I didn't bring that up either. Arnie is right. Everybody's like, oh, she's a Nazi lolly. No, they aren't. It's based on World War One. It really is based on World War One because it's all about trench warfare.
Thank you.
No point
You
are
should
they
read
trying to
furry
kill
fan fiction. Good one. Good luck finding one that's not smut. That's the point. I want him to suffer. Now, see, the thing there is that we don't read anything with porn in it on this podcast. We're a wholesome podcast. All we do is swear and show excessive gore.
Yeah, but as soon as it gets to actual porn,
Know your place. Mocha kicks him. He grunts. I'll get my payment later. Mocha who got back up from her kick. Oh my god, he managed to recover from that. Oh my god, he's so strong. Deal's over, you won. Rasengan would be too much for her. And it'd be nice to use the Naruto Rendon. Uzumaki Barrage. Vampire hit the ground. Mocha of all people just got one shot by this guy. Blah blah blah. Relax, you guys win. I just wanted to beat her up a little bit. I'll join your cult. I want a rematch. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. End! Important lads! Okay, here before anyone crucifies me and demands I be hung by dawn. Too late. I want to make things clear. The only reason why Mocha beat Naruto was that he held back a super punch. And all Mocha and the rest had to do was hit Naruto once, which he shook off super easy. Yeah, I know Naruto's weak right now, but after his 80s training montage, he'll be able to easily handle Mocha. Oh, and keep in mind, he hasn't trained in months. That's dumb, why not?
yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh, okay, bye, corny. Yeah, I mean, we can't do porn by Twitch rules. It's not like I don't want to do porn, which I don't. Twitch rules literally say we can't do porn. So I don't have to. I agree with the not having a choice in this aspect.
yeah. Anyway,
Yes, no, it's not the first time we've happened upon a smut scene, and we had to stop the story and move on.
yeah.
Yes, Mocha is one of the strongest monsters. Yes, yes. Not stronger than her sisters, though. Actually, she's one of the weakest of that group.
Anyway, moving.
So blah 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 blah. Dumb shit. Anyway.
Bunch of stupid authors.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Okay, well, thank you for joining us, everyone, for this lovely, lovely, lovely day. If you've enjoyed us so far, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the people in your Discord servers, tell the people on your forums, tell the people reading your stories. Check us out. Now, I'm not saying watch us. It won't be at the time. I'm just saying check us out. Because they might like us. They might not like us. Who knows? Anyway, not much to say. Not much to say here. I mean, yeah, Discord down below. Join us. Join us. Join us. Please.
Follow along.
Follow along. More people,
Sneaky
more
ever
fun.
gets back around to uploading these. They go up the week after the show.
Yeah, honestly, we have to figure out a better thing with that because right now it's not worth it.
Yeah. No, and I understand that.
I'm not saying watch us. I'm just saying consider the following. Watch us.
We're not saying watch us. We're saying listen to us in the background while you torture yourself.
Indeed. Not much else to say though. So, we'll be here Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. guaranteed. So, ready your eardrums, prepare your eyeballs, girder your soul. Because we'll see you next
Gird
time.
your soul.
Yes, girder your soul. Because we'll see you next time. Because remember, there's always more.
Gird, not
And it
girder.
always
A
gets
girder is a
worse.
piece